Me, can you focus on me? Baby, can you?
Huu mwaka ni mwaka kufosi, yani utake usitake, huu mwaka utanita bosi. Hello, people. Hello. How's everyone doing? Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Miss Chanel Abigail, and I'm back again with another banger, another interesting video. If it's your first time seeing me, welcome to the family. Thank you so much for choosing to watch this video. You are definitely in the right place. And if you have not subscribed, kindly subscribe to my channel. I bring very interesting content actually, so please consider subscribing, liking, sharing, all of that, all the good stuff. And if you're a returning subscriber, welcome back. Thank you for always supporting me. Thank you for always supporting what I do. I appreciate you too. And with that being said, as you can already tell from the title of the video, I'm gonna be talking about my experience of living in Canada for 4 years. So I'm gonna be talking from 2020, 2021, 2022 until 2023, and now 2024 January. So a backstory. Today is actually the show us the date. Why are you failing me? Today is January 24th 2024, and this is actually the time I left home. So guys, I grew up in Kisumu, Kenya, Kisumu Dala, Kisumu Pacho. I grew up in Kisumu, and I studied in Kisumu. I was born in Nairobi, but I grew up in Kisumu, so I studied in Kisumu primary, high school, and all of that. So I finished my high school in 2019 June, and after I finished my high school, I did the British system, so I had to wait until like August to get my results. And then guys, immediately I got my hands on my results, I started looking for places to go. I had the option of going to the UK, Australia, the United States, and Canada. And of course I chose Canada because I'm here now, and I thank God. So that's how our love story started with Canada. That's how we met. That's how I met Canada. When I was looking for schools and countries to live in, I met Canada. And actually my parents were very, very, very against Canada because of the cold. Like, it's funny because when I was in Kenya, I used to get like asthmatic attacks, and honestly right now I think it's just the cold in your country. It's just the cold in that country. What am I saying? Not the cold, it's just the dust. It's just the dust in your country, guys. Don't come for me. But honestly, let's be honest, when I was in Kenya, I was always sick. I was always on nebulization, going to the hospital. Like, I had to use an inhaler and all of that. So my family, like my mom, my dad, they were like, girl, Canada is the ghetto. Like, Canada is literally a freezer. Are you sure you want to go there? And I was like, do I look like I care about the cold? The main aim is to leave the country. We'll deal with the cold when we get there. Relax. We'll deal with that when we get there. Anyway, so yeah, my parents were like, it's too cold, yada yada yada. And I managed to convince them, and yeah, we started the process for coming to this beautiful country. And I applied for my visa. I was accepted into a school. My visa was accepted, and now it was time to travel. So guys, remember, I used to live in Kisumu. So I went back home, said my last goodbyes. It just hit me, like, I said goodbye to someone, and like when I came back to Kenya for my vacation in 2022, she wasn't there anymore. So that was like my final bye in real life. Anyway, so in 2020 January, around this time, like 23rd, I said my last goodbyes to my family that lives in Kisumu. So my auntie, my late grandma, my everyone, my friends, everyone that knew me basically, because that's where my whole life was. So I said bye-bye to them, and we took a plane. Whoop! Nairobi, Kenya. So yeah, we went to Nairobi. Again, just saying goodbye to people. We had like a family dinner with a family that lives in Nairobi, because I have family both in Kisumu and Nairobi. So I went to spend time with the family in Nairobi. We had dinner, we caught up, we had fun, we bonded for the last time. And then I think a day later or 2 days later, it was time to travel. So my family took me to the airport. I'm actually gonna attach pictures, or if I can find a video, I'm gonna attach them here so you can see my family taking me to the airport. Guys, I was so young. I was 16. And my parents let me come. Honestly, I still don't understand until this day, because you know, it's crazy. When I finished high school, I told my mom, I'm going to study in Nairobi. I'm going to leave Kisumu and go and study in Nairobi. And my mom was like, never. Connie, we don't have schools in Kisumu. Like, she was against it. Like, I'm an only child, so probably she just didn't want to let me go. And we had talked about it, and she was like, nah, you're still too young to go out and live by yourself. The fact that she didn't let me go and study in Nairobi, but she accepted for me to come and study in Canada, is mind-blowing. It's the Lord's doing. It's the Lord's doing. Anyway, yeah. Nikwapo, I'm there at the airport. And guys, you know, my uncle, he lives abroad, and like we had talked, and he was like, you're gonna cry, because I was so strong. I was so excited to be leaving the country. You get it? So like my uncle was like, why are you not crying? Why are you not showing emotions? And I was like, but why? Anyway, guys, so my uncle was like, oh, my daughter, when she leaves us, she cried, blah blah blah. And I'm like, yeah, that's your girl, not me. Not me. Anyway, so after my uncle told me that, we made a bet, and he was like, I bet you're gonna cry. And I'm like, you've already lost, because if there's one thing I can bet on, it's me, boo. Anyway, obviously I did tell him that. I was like, yeah, I ain't gonna cry. Like, I'm not gonna cry. Girls like me don't cry. So I didn't cry, yeah? So anyway, I'm saying goodbye to my mom, saying goodbye to my cousins, to my aunties and everyone. And finally, I go inside to check in. I'm telling you guys, immediately, like this, immediately I just hit the security, like, you know where they tell you, oh, remove your shoes, put your bags, remove your belt, Immediately I got there, I started bawling my eyes out. And you know, like, there was a glass thing, so like I could see my family from the other side, and it hit me like, this is actually it. Like, you are actually gone, madam. You are gone. And guys, I started crying, and I could see my family through the glass, and they're waiting for me to go in, because it was my second international flight, but the first one, obviously, I went with my mom and my auntie and my cousin. So this was my first international flight by myself. So I could see my family, and you know, I had told my uncle I'm not going to cry. So guys, I turn around like this, and I'm crying. And then I turn back around, and I see them through the glass, and I'm trying to act like I'm strong, Miss Independent. I'm there lifting my suitcases. Guys, I cried from the security check. I took, you know how they tell you, okay, I was wearing boots, by the way, because we knew I was gonna find snow. So my mom was like, just wear your boots right now. So I had boots on. So obviously at the security, you have to remove your boots. So I was wearing my boots, and like my head is down, and like tears were just dropping. Guys, I cried. Finally, you leave the security, you go to the immigration desk. When I go to the immigration desk, this man even made it harder for me. He's like, umeacha mama. This man is like, mbona unalia? Umeacha mama. Why are you crying? You've left your mom. Why would you ask me that question? You can see I'm crying. Why would you ask me that question? You can clearly see that something is wrong. Yeah, so this man is like, why are you crying? Nini mbaya, usijali, blah blah blah. I think they're used to seeing like students who are leaving home and like they're emotional at the immigration desk. Anyway, this guy's checking my passport and everything, and I'm just bawling, like I'm just crying. I cried until when I reached the Kwaheri Kenya sign. Imagine I didn't take a picture. That's like, yeah, that's the trademark. Like, if you're leaving the country, even if you're going to Uganda, you have to take a picture of that sign. I was crying, guys. I didn't even take a picture. Anyway, immigration done. Still crying. It's finally hit me that I've left my family and I probably won't see them until maybe 2 years. And I go find a place to sit, and I'm there calling my grandma, my late grandma, calling my mom, calling my auntie. Everyone wants to know how I am, how I'm doing, blah blah blah. And anyway, I get on my flight. Boom, long story short, we land in Toronto, Canada, Pearson Airport. This guy picks me up, and I finally get to see snow, get to experience the harsh winter that they were talking about. And guys, I feel like that's where the story begins. So I joined the school that I was going to, and it was a short program, so it was only for about 8 months. So from January to August, I was just studying in it's like a high school, like a bridging course because of the system difference. So I just went there so that I can join uni easily and easier, since I have what is it called? I have papers from here, so it's easier. So guys, anyway, I'm gonna walk you through my successes, my failures, and all of that. So in my school, when I finished, honestly, when I was back home when I was back home in Kenya, my teachers used to talk really badly. Mwalimu wa maths, yo, my math teacher, I suck. Maths is not for me, and I'm not for maths. Unless it's counting money, count me out. So my maths teacher used to tell me, like, what are you doing in school? Just get married, like find a husband, get married, and just forget about school. That's because I used to suck in math. But you know, just because someone, like, we all can't be good at everything. I'm very good in comprehension, writing, literature, and all of that. And just because my weakness is in math, this man wanted me to feel like just because I don't know math, there's nothing else I know, like there's nothing in my head. And that is so wrong. And some people actually end up believing it and might even give up. But I was strong, and I knew, like, just because maths is not for me, it does not mean nothing. I can still become what I want to be. And I remember he told me that so much until, like, I wanted to become a lawyer and all those things. And I ended up changing my mind, and I started telling my mom, you know what, I want to do journalism or become a flight attendant, because this man literally made me believe I can't be anything in this life without maths. That's my dog, don't worry. So anyway, yeah, I came here, and shockingly, I was getting A's. I was getting super good grades in. I actually did accounting. Me, that I did not know maths, I was acing accounting. And due to my effort and the wisdom God gave me and all the knowledge and everything, thanks to my teachers and all of that, I bagged an Ontario's scholars, what is it called? I forgot the name. It's like an award for top scholars in Ontario. I bagged that. Someone who was told to leave school and go get married. I am recognized in the government of Ontario as a scholar, as a CHOP. I'm actually searching for the name. I forgot the name. Is it Ontario Scholars Award? Oh yeah, I was right. So it's called the Ontario Scholars Award. So I was able to bag that, and that's an award that's given to students who score 80% and above in general. So they count your GPA and everything, and it has to be above 80%. And I remember I was probably at 94%. I bagged my diploma recognized by the government of Ontario. Malimu Math. Okay, you guys clap for me. Anyway, so I did super well in school, and now it was time to join uni. 17 years old, I joined Carleton University, and since I did so well, I got a scholarship of 7,000 Canadian dollars to join Carleton because of how magnificent, because of how good I performed. And yeah, we gave God all the thanks and all the honor. So joined uni, boom, COVID. Actually, COVID, I came in January and COVID started in March. So everything was now back to online, you know. So I joined uni. Uni is online. You can't even understand anything because, you know, you're studying from your bedroom, from the bed. There's no motivation. And it was very tough during the pandemic. I gained so much weight. I was just eating. And then that was basically it. Nothing much happened during the pandemic. I was just waking up, eating, doing whatever assignments, passing my exams, sleep. That was the cycle. That's 2021. Yeah, that's 2021. Sorry guys, that's 2021. So in 2021 May, I finally got a job. I was now 18, but over here you start working at 14. So I didn't get a job the whole time because I actually have 2 study permits. The study permit that I came with from Kenya was only for 1 year, so I was not allowed to work. But after the study permit expired, because I was only given for like 1 year or something. So when it was about to expire, I applied for another study permit to cover my university studies, and it's 5 years long. So with that, they allowed me to work. So I got a job, and guys, I made my first million in Kenya shillings. Relax. I made my first million in Kenya shillings at the age of 18. I started working in May. By like August, September, I had already made my first million. And yeah, that was good. That's another achievement I made, because if I was in Kenya, honestly, by now, I don't think I would have gotten my hands on a million right now. When I got that, I was able to start buying things for my mom. I got my mom a washing machine. Growing up, I've always dreamt of having a washing machine. Honestly, just washing clothes like this is not for me. Yeah, it's not for baby girl. So I always dreamt of having a washing machine, but I guess because of so many things happening, a washing machine was just not a priority for us. And I knew, living Kenya, my mom, you know, she's getting older. I wouldn't want her back to be worn out or anything, so I decided to buy her a washing machine. So I got my mommy a washing machine. I got my mom a dishwasher. I got my mom an air fryer, and so many other things. So I was able to do all of that at a very young age. That's 2021. And then 2022, I was still at my job, earning good money, and finally I decided to take a trip home to Kenya. So I came home. I'm gonna attach a few things here. Actually, let me move, so I'll just leave them here sliding. I came home to Kenya in 2022 June. I stayed with my family for 2 weeks. Actually, guys, I forgot, in 2021 I lost my grandma. It was so sad, and we lost her to COVID. Man, COVID. And it was so sad because I was so far away. I could not come to Kenya for the funeral, so I didn't even get to say a goodbye. I couldn't even make it for the funeral because, like, during the COVID time, they were supposed to bury people, I think, within a week or less than a week. So I couldn't even make it to Kenya on time, so I didn't see her. And here's the truth about living abroad that they don't tell us. Like, for the people who move abroad, we miss so many functions, so many things. Like, the most important one that I still feel until today, I left my parents. They were quite young. They are still young. And you know, the feeling where you go home and you start seeing wrinkles that you didn't leave, you start seeing, you know, gray hair that you didn't leave. Like, it actually dawned on me so much when I came to Kenya in 2022 how much things had actually changed. My parents growing older, my friends evolving, so many things. And that's sad. It's a sad reality. Another thing is when you're away, you get to miss birthdays, family events, funerals. You miss all of those things, and it's so sad having to see your family together and you're just so far away by yourself. But I'm coping with it now. I'm used to it now. You miss so many achievements, and for them too, they miss so many things on our side. Like, for example, when I'm talking to my mom, I left my mom when I was 16, guys, and I'm now 20, turning 21. So when I'm talking to my mom, sometimes I feel like I'm talking to her like the 16-year-old I was when I was leaving. You get it? Like, I feel like from 17 to 20, I'm turning 21, there's a gap. Like, she doesn't know, apart from the things I tell her and the things she tells me, she doesn't know anything. And I also don't know anything that goes on. You get? I'm pretty sure she's curious, like, does Sean still like the things she likes? And guys, you know, my mom was buying me milk from the time I was a baby until I was 16 living in Kenya. My mom used to buy for me milk. I'll put a picture here of the tiny milk boxes. So all those changes, like, I remember some time back, she kept on asking me, Sean, do you still drink milk? You know, she doesn't even know what's going on. And guys, it's so sad. And in 2022, when I was going home to Kenya, I have a cousin, his name is Junior. I left that boy when he was a boy, okay? So when I was doing shopping for gifts, I got him clothes for a 12-year-old. Guys, when I got to Kenya, I was, no, 11 years or something. When I got to Kenya, tell me why that boy was taller than me. Like, I don't know why I felt like just because I'm gone, life stops and waits for me. No, that's a sad reality. Like, life moves on. And honestly, this is how it is with death as well. When you die, people will mourn, people will blah, blah, blah. But after that, life moves on like nothing happened. So it's the same for me. I'm away during the first few months, obviously family calling in, blah blah blah, and then it just settles. It just so that's how it is. That's 2022. 2023, 2022, I moved from Toronto to Ottawa, and in my first apartment that you guys can see in the background, in 2022 I was able to start my business. And yeah, 2023 comes, still in school. I decided to adopt a dog. I'm working. Everything is doing good. Like, nothing eventful, nothing big has happened in 2023. And then now we're in 2024, and it marks 4 years of me in Canada, guys. Obviously, I have so many things to say, but I just wanted to give you guys like a timeline so you can know like how it has been for me. And all I'm gonna say is I'm very thankful that I've gotten the opportunity to be where I'm standing today in this country, even though there is snow and it is cold. So many people would have loved to be in my position right now. So I never take it for granted. Even though life is hard, I don't take it for granted, because I know there's someone who wishes they would be in this position. You see, it's -7. I don't know if you can see. It's -7. So all in all, I'm very thankful to my parents for giving me the blessing to leave home and come here. I thank them for trusting me. I thank my family for checking in on me, for continuing to love me. I thank everyone, and above all, we give God all the thanks. Guys, on my next video, I'm actually gonna do a story time of some major experiences that happened. And if you've learned or if you've enjoyed this video, kindly consider giving it a thumbs up. And guys, that is just how I left my home, Kenya, with just 2 suitcases and a backpack. I left my whole life, and I just carried it in 2 suitcases and a backpack. So guys, I guess that's the end of the video. And I can't believe it's been 4 years already. Like, it just feels like yesterday. If you've enjoyed the video, if you've watched until this point, thank you so much for staying. Thank you so much for watching. Stay true, stay safe, and I'll see you guys in tomorrow's video. Bye bye, loves.